Welcome to Trading Lounge and the US stocks for the 1st of September. Now, as you may know, I've got about 130 stocks that I've collected that I feel that are disruptors, that are innovative stocks that will be taking us into the new world, so to speak. So these 130 stocks, I want to get to know them a little bit better now. I'm in my sort of second step of the US stocks thing. So I'm going to try and do 5, 6, 7 stocks each day, new stocks, and that will take about 20 days to get through all of that. Now, I'll probably end up missing some days and things will go on a little bit further, but what you can expect over the next month and a half is starting to see a whole lot of new stocks. Once we've gone through them all, these are the stocks that we're going to be holding in our portfolios at certain times, and there'll also be the stocks that we're going to be trading as well, the shorter term trades. Now, I will list these under the 130 stocks on our website under the portfolio tab, but that won't be today, but it will be probably this week sometime, so you can start to have a look at them as well. Okay, well, on that note, let's start. So today we're going to be looking at, well, Apple is first off the ranks. So it's also had a stock split on the Monday, so a 4-to-1 stock split. So this is where we are with it at the moment. We'll also be looking at Adobe, Adaptive Biotechnologies, AUTODESK, Align, and ALTAIR engineering today. So with Apple here, as you just mentioned, that we have a stock split of 4-to-1. Tesla had one at 5-to-1, so it's readjusted them in the price. This is where we are. So in a bit of a nutshell here, we're looking at from this wave 4 here, as wave 1 and 2 here, 3 coming into here somewhere, and 4 here, and looking for 5 here, and then a corrective pattern here, and then a move up for wave 5 here, and then this would be a classic trading levels pattern across this level in some way or another. I'm probably exaggerating the size of it, but it will just give you that particular pattern. Which is this pattern here, the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, and the corrective pattern here. So we were looking at this at the 500 mark, but because of the adjustment, we'll be looking at the medium level 150 for that. So let's go to the 4-hour chart and pick it up from this wave 4 area through here for this. So 3, 4, and 5 up here in blue, and we'll be looking for 5 waves within that space. So we'll look at this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 and 2 here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for this, for wave 3 and 4. And this 3 and 4 is something that the S&P 500 is also looking at as well, moving into. This has another little push up into this space here. I'll just go to the tick chart to pick this up. I've had to relabel everything here as well, obviously, because of the change in price, so to speak. So from this wave 4 here going up to this wave 3 here, this is 100 ticks, beg your pardon. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 here, and then a little third wave in here, which is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for the third wave, fourth and fifth wave. So we're looking for the fourth wave that can pull back to the fourth wave 1 lesser degree, and then a fifth wave to the upside, and then we'll start that wave 4 correction as such. So I think the S&P's already started that. So that's where we are. So with that, we'll go back to the 4-hour chart. Just bear with me a second. I'll just work to the 4-hour chart with most of these stocks that we're going to be looking at. And the other point too that I need to make here as well is that I haven't, in part, with Adobe here, I haven't gone back and looked at the maybe I've looked at the daily, probably, but the weekly and so on. So I haven't. Let's just go back and check. So check on the daily chart here. So the daily chart, I've done this much. What I'm saying is that I haven't done all of this work yet either. So So when I'm going through the 130 stocks, I probably won't do back this unless it's absolutely necessary, because I can line Adobe up with Apple and so on with a lot of these. Some will be different, but it's just work that I need to do. But in my first instance, in my first sort of flyover with these 135 stocks or whatever they are, I will just be looking at them, because I kind of want to, what I really want to do is, I know that with markets, you can kind of group things together. I mean, obviously with sectors, you group sectors together, and those stocks within those sectors, you'll have your leaders and your followers and so on. So with stocks, they kind of, each stock is individual like us human beings. All the stocks are the same, but they're all individual like us people, and we're all uniquely different, and we need to pick up those fingerprints. But sometimes I can group them together in terms of the way that people are investing in them. So this particular move here, for example, Apple had the same little move at the beginning here, so we could line it up with that, so to speak. But let's just go back to the 4-hour chart here. And like I mentioned, we're just doing a bit of a flyover with these here. This has further to move up through here. We can see this will be a little third wave in here, fourth wave. So this may come back and test here, but we still have further upside to see with this just yet for this one. So that's Adobe in this case. The next one we'll be looking at is Adaptive Biotechnologies. So obviously this one here has a different pattern, hasn't it, than the other stocks that we've been looking at. Now, with this one here, let me just go to the daily chart. Let's just see what we've got here for this radio. Okay, that makes it a little bit easier, doesn't it? So this particular stock is different in a way, because it appears that we have our 5 waves to the upside. This does look rather impulsive to the downside, and this does look corrective to the upside here. But it's only corrective, it's only in 3 waves unless this low gets taken out here. And then we would be looking at 5 waves down here. So this would give us a buying opportunity here. If this top was taken out, well, then we would need to go long from that point there, because it's right on the 61.8% at that point. So we'll just go in and take a closer look at this. So as I mentioned, we've got well, this could be counted correctively as well, I can see, because it could be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. So an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here for this. So this does also look like 3 waves here. So there's a lot of things suggesting that this is an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave down here. Now, I don't like to get caught off guard. So what we need to do, we need to make money even if we're wrong. So what that means is that this is my count, and we're looking at wave B here, and we're looking at 5 waves to move down here. If that doesn't occur and takes out this top, that means we need to look at this slightly differently here. We may even need to look at this as an A wave here, a B wave here, and a C wave here, and then look at this up for 1 here and back for 2 here, and then going higher through here. So we'll take out that top there, but we may be able to get a better position on this as well. So if we look at, that's 40, I'm looking for 43, that's roughly there. So, and then 42 here and 41 here, not that it's a big deal. We should put in 38 here, because that's always important on the downside. So if we get support on top of group 1, which is the 43 area here, and I'll just make that nice and clean there because it's going to be important. If we get a tested support on 43, we'll also look to go long. Okay. Otherwise, we'll look at this as, I mean, this looks corrective, doesn't it, down through here. But this move from the top to the low here has sort of reached its 61.8% mark here. in that little space there. It could go up a little bit higher here. We may have an A and a B and a C wave up here for this. So we'll see how we go with this. And yeah, if it pulls down here, well then that's fantastic. We may short the wave 3 if it plays out okay. And if it takes its top out, well, we're definitely going long at that point. That's pretty simple at that point. So that's one of the stocks that we're looking at. And we'll get to know this stock and we'll find out what they do and so on as we go. Next one is AUTODESK. I'll put a description of what they do in the write-up for this. So AUTODESK. So these guys are more sort of into CAD software. So they may do software for roads, for instance, you know, for engineering on that side of things. They're probably also in the 3D printing area and so on. So I'm thinking of this one here. It's possible to have this, well, wave 3 here, an A and a B and a C suits quite nicely here. This up here is a little bit tricky to count, so it's also possible that, probably not, to put wave 5 here, but it's a bit short for that, so we'll leave that. But what I'm thinking is that we've got the medium level here, 250. Currently this market is support. If this market finds the 250 here as the support, we still need that first high above the level. So wherever that first high goes here, it may be low, it may be level with that. It's probably a good chance of that. Then we'll look to go long on that if that's the case, and we'll bring it down here again. We need it to work itself. We need it to find that nice support on this level. If that's the case, then we'll go long from that point. But otherwise, we'll just chill on that one. And the next one is Align Technologies. So just on the 4-hour chart here, we can move back. So we've got wave 1 and 2 here, and then all the way up here for wave 3. And I'm thinking wave 4 is here, but it could also be here as well for this. But also what we've got here as well, we've got the 300 here. So the 300 is a major level, and this market's having a correction across this level here. So we can go long, because we would have originally, if we were tracking this market, had that as the reference point high here. And then we would have had it here. And then we can bring it down to here. Now, I'm not saying that it's going to go up from here, because wave 4 can get a bit complicated. It does appear that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down here and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So it does appear that we could look at this as an impulse wave, a corrective wave coming back up and hitting supply at 62% or whatever, and then 5 waves down as 1 and 2 and all the way down for 3, 4 and 5 here. So I think wave 4 is here at this point, but we would need to see 5 waves up here, which I can see 5 waves up here, but it's a little bit dodgy. And we just, and you know, this may come down even further. This may be just 1 here and 2 here and 3, 4, 5 here. So that may be the case as well. So I don't know at this stage what's going to play out here for this just yet. So because the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree is down here for this. But my method of using the trading levels and working with corrective patterns and using the high here will keep us safe. That's all. And if it does move down into this space, then we'll have a buying opportunity down here on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming down into this space. Okay, so that's that. So it's just nice to see them all sort of fall into, you know, have a particular setup, and it's nice to see them sort of move in, unfold into that space and set up. That's what we're looking for. And in a way, the ones that we've looked at are all kind of different in their own little ways. So ALTAIR engineering. Now this one here, it's a bit tricky to, I've got a bit of work, but I'm just going to go to the weekly chart here. This is my last one. I need to do a bit of work on this one. So this one here, I really like it because, I mean, most people like a market when they see a nice strong trend. I like a market when I see a nice big sideways correction. That's what I like, because to me, well, as Richard Wyckoff would say, this is the accumulation process from here to here. So this from here to this distance here, we could use that as each one as a unit for unit to square it up. This would be squaring time with price coming up here, unit for unit. So this thing's still got a long way to move up. So I like this here. This move here is, well, this looks like a bit of a third wave in here with a fourth wave here and a fifth wave to unfold here. But when that does unfold here, we'll see the pullback, and this is what I'm looking at here. So, I mean, in a nutshell, we're looking for 1 and 2 here, and bang, wave 3 moving up here. That's what we're looking for. So in this daily chart here, I still need to do a bit of work on this. I've got to confirm that wave 1 is here and not here. But typically what my reference point is that this is pretty much the A wave, the B wave, and the C wave here. We've had this move up through here, so it's also possible, copy that the wave 5 could sit on here, and we're having a correction of an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave down here. I don't know that yet. I just need to do more work on it. I like the fact that it's sitting at this medium level here. The next level up is the major level here at 50, and we have that in orange, just a bit of splash of color, make things interesting. And yeah, so I've got to kind of figure out all this, and this program's not loading all the data in here. So when I go to the 4-hour chart to try to get in here a little bit, that's all the data that it's showing me in here. So it's a little bit tricky. So then I've got to look at this in here to try and, I know that's the wave 4 here, so I'll put that wave 4 in here while we're here. But then I'm left counting this up here. I suppose we could look at this as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 up here. I'm not sure about the spike. I'm just not into spike. I just don't like spikes too much. But it does appear that this is impulsive and corrective here. And then this is impulsive. So I think it is growing. We could also look at this here, 43. So we know that 41, 42, and 43 here. I'll put that at 45, the next one here, the next level. The 43 is important because if we get it tested, even though it's not trading very much, it's on kind of low volume, and that's why it's a bit difficult to count. It hasn't got good definition and form and so on, but I do believe that it's heading to the upside. So what we want to see here is at the top of group 1 here, 1, 2, and 3 make up group 1, minor group 1 of 40. And we're looking for the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, and then a corrective pattern here. Then we can look to go long at this point over here for this. I think I'm on the right track with this. Everything is good. We're above the level, so we should be looking for long trades. If we were under the level, we'd be looking for short trades, but it's not the case. So what we're looking for here now is support on 43, and that will help us a lot at that point. So we'll leave it at that. Okay, well, that's it. Yeah, okay. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.